And with me now is conservative radio talk show host and Fox News contributor David Webb, along with Hillary Clinton supporter and political commentator with us for the first time, Danielle McLaughlin. All right, guys, you know what? I'm going to start with you, Danielle. Hillary did not have a good week.
She didn't have the best week ever, but she didn't have the worst, and I could probably argue that Donald Trump had a worse one. I think that we need to think about the Hillary Clinton email situation in a broader context, and I really do think that Hillary Clinton is in the eye of the beholder. She is not the target of the investigation, as you know. There are no criminal charges against her.
No, I don't know that.
Well,
whoa. What do you mean, as I know? No one knows
as we know
that.
generally, she's not been named as a target.
Who are they investigating? No, she doesn't have to be named.
You know that a target means something in criminal prosecution.
Right, but hang on a second. The FBI doesn't tell you who's the target of an investigation.
Right.
That's not how they work. So neither the Clinton campaign or the White House or anyone, even Republicans, can't say she is or is not a target. So that has to be wiped out.
All right, David, thanks. Danielle, I want to go back. Danielle, I want to go back to you. You don't believe that she is in any legal jeopardy here?
I don't not think that she's in legal jeopardy, but I think we have to think about this in the broader context of what she's argued to have done. She has been argued to have mishandled classified information. That requires intent, that requires willfulness. And as you know, that's a very difficult thing to prove. I think we see this in the eye of the beholder, and the reason I say this is because it's so clearly been politicized, as it should be in some respects, because she's running to be the leader of the free world.
Here's the thing. When you talk about intent, Danielle, when you talk about intent, there is another standard. It's called recklessly or negligently possessing classified information. If you put a server in your house in Chappaqua in the basement with some, backup in Arizona or wherever it was, that's a bit reckless, especially since as Secretary of State, she only had classified information.
Right, but can I jump in here? We talk about intent. She has an email we now have from the FOIA request that she requested that they strip away the classified designation. That, by the way, wipes away intent.
Jake Sullivan.
So, and when you talk about the Clinton Foundation is one of the bigger scandals in this. You're talking about a $25 million donation via Julia Gillard out of Australia against how it was supposed to be done legally, usually about $10 million a year through USAID, which they managed. You talk about what the Clintons have done with this criminal enterprise, which is a good way to put it together. And when it comes out to violation of code, the code's been established. It's not that you have the information. It's not that you market, it's that you have it.
I went through all that. I went through all that in my open, but let me ask you this, David. Did Donald have a bad a bad week too?
He had a bad week. He did have a bad week with his, words, his missteps, if you want to call them that. But this is the thing about Donald Trump that defies all of us and all pundits. He defies political gravity. He changes the conversation. I was in Wisconsin. I interviewed Trump protesters. I walked along the blocks of people lined up to see him in the rain. I mean, rain and cold, and they were there. He's got a dedicated support, but he has really got to polish up his act, to be fair, if he's going to step out as the front runner.
Certainly. And if I can add to that.
Danielle, let me ask you this.
Sure.
On both sides, Danielle, you've got the outsiders who are clearly in the lead. And make no mistake, Donald's in the lead, and Bernie is the guy with all the momentum. He's won the last 6 of 7. Why isn't Hillary knocking this out of the park?
Well, he's won the last 6 of 7, and as we know, that he does well in caucuses, and the next handful going forward, Pennsylvania, New York, they are primaries. So it's a very different game. She is within the margin of error with him in Wisconsin, and so we're really not sure what's going to happen between now and Tuesday. So I think that bears talking about. Certainly Ted Cruz is ahead by 10 or 12 points, depending on which poll you talk to. So I think Donald Trump is in far more trouble than Hillary Clinton is on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, but I'm asking you about Clinton and Sanders. I mean, here's the problem. I mean, with the Dems, you've got superdelegates who are already sworn to support Hillary before they even have a primary. Talk about a rigged nomination.
Well, that's
let me
her
ask
fault.
you
That's
this,
the system.
David. Oh, yeah, but they're all rigged for her.
That's not. I mean,
David,
we can blame Hillary Clinton for a lot of things, I think, Judge, but blaming her for the way that the democratic process runs a nomination, I think, is a little unfair.
Well, as a matter of fact,
but they made the rules. They made the rules to benefit the establishment. She is the establishment. Let me ask you this, David. I'm going to go to you now. Kasich has 143 delegates, and I was able to speak to Ted Cruz just 2 nights ago, and I said, "What do you do about Kasich? I mean, you want him out of the race. How do you get him out?" And his response was, you got to hope that wait until he runs out of money. What do you think Kasich is doing?
Clearly, the governor is running as the spoiler. He doesn't meet Rule 40B, which means he has to have 8 wins, 8 pluralities to go to the convention. Second round, it could be a possibility, but more than likely, he's just going to be the spoiler. Either he runs out of money, the donations dry up, and he keeps going all the way to July, or not. We don't control that. I would also look at Marco Rubio is trying to hold on to his delegates, and the fact that Ted Cruz is playing the delegate game, which means he goes to the Dakotas, he talks to the convention, he tries to get the unbound delegates. It's his only counter against Donald Trump, who's got a significant lead.
Okay, and I got to go. I want to thank David Webb and Danielle McLaughlin. But Danielle, real fast,
Yes.
New York, it seems to be in play
It is.
for Hillary.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We've still got a little bit of a way to
You
go. I
answered
think
it
she's going to win.
with
She's
your
going to win.
sigh. All right.
She's going to win.
Thank you, guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being with us. All right, we've been talking